Hi there. In this video I'm going to try and see if I can fix this light fixture from the bedroom. It kind of completely failed. So in the initial review and install, I considered this to be a really nicely made light fixture. Everything I saw in it gave me the feeling that it's good quality and well made. Well, it lasted less than the cheap Chinese that I hated when I actually saw. So, it seems nowadays even the impression of something being good quality doesn't mean anything anymore, which kind of sucks. Our money are wasted every single day. So, there's that. This started flickering on one side, then flickering more, and then poof, all off, just a little bit of faint light. I'm guessing some LEDs actually failed in it and stopped the circuit. So let's open up all the screws all around and see how it looks inside and if it's anything fixable. Hopefully it has some LED strips that I can replace, who knows. Lifted the chrome bezel. This thing is really sealed up, but didn't help it or didn't prevent it from failing, did it? So this seal didn't basically do anything apart from costing. Let's see how I can get deeper in this. Also removed the top plexic, the one with the diamond shapes. Here we still have a light conductor and the LEDs on the sides, and yep, as expected, some of the LEDs blew up because this is so well sealed that it basically traps in all the heat. But if these are 12 volt light strips, LED strips, that's easy job for me because I have replacements. So let's get to it. Wait a second, this is not molded in. These things are glued in place. Okay-ish. Must make sure I don't lose too many of them. Anyway, and yep, this where it overheated, you can clearly see. Got the plastic out, which is almost melted in some areas. Now I also need to get the sheet of white reflector off. And yeah, can we see a voltage or something on this thing anywhere? No, not really. Is it 12 volt or isn't it? I need to open this from the back and see if I can spot any voltages on the electronics. Impossible to find any info anywhere on this stupid thing. Be careful for any capacitors that could still be charged. No, there's no voltage. On the code in here I cannot find anything on this PCB. It's typical modern stupid thing designed only to take your money and last almost nothing. Briloner. Shame on you. Honestly, shame on you. So yeah, these LEDs for sure are overdriven. They heat up way more than they should. And they used the thinnest LED strip possible. So the one that I have probably will not fit in here. So I need to buy another one. I need to try and check the voltage of this thing without electrocuting myself. And probably buy a 12 volt one because I have the feeling that this is not 12 volt. So yeah, wasted money. This is what every other company is doing out there these days, trying to get our money and have their product fail the second the warranty is over. And this is about what happened to this one. Overdriven LEDs 100%. So shame on you, Briloner, shame on you all other companies that do this. This is a really simple way of creating light with some LEDs, and it's clear that you intentionally make them fail quite quickly. What my wife noticed when she came in, this thing really stinks from the overheating. And she kind of does have a point. I just ignored it, being used to working on damaged electronics. Just from moving it around, half of it started to light up again. The other half, it's kind of dim. So there's that. Let me try and measure this with my trusty PicTech and see what voltage I get. Be back in a second. Guess what? 85 volts. Damn it. Why use 12 when you can use something non-standard? Great. So we need a different power supply with 12 volts. I got a feeling that things were going too easy and too quick, and I remembered why. I forgot to film. So basically I bought this 12 volt 30 watts power supply. I will link the website where I bought it from in the description. I already have one of these, but I think it's a bit more powerful in another light fixture that I also repaired. That link will, that video will be linked also in the description. So I know that these are good, but kind of big. So I'm dremeling out this whole area for the power supply to fit in here. Also bought some strong LED strips, 12 volt obviously. So we are modifying, keeping only plastics from this. And we are ready. Cut the wires, stripped them from almost at the level of this. This is the LED strip that you are using. Warm white. 2835 is the LED type and size. 240 LEDs per meter. 12 volts. Let's open it up, put it all the way around, solder this to it, and then put all of that in here. Apart from this, because we no longer want a seal, I want the heat from this to be able to transfer to everything much easier, not be basically trapped with this. This will not be used. Basically this will not be used, the plastic, only the screws. Gluing the strip all around. It's really high density, so the current of the LEDs themselves should be a bit lower, hopefully. Oh, I just saw the strip was glued together in here. So that's a join area, doesn't really matter. Anyway, and it's 3x3 LEDs. So in theory, if one of them goes, we only lose 3 LEDs. We don't lose a big piece of it. So yeah, should be all good in theory, I hope. Anyway, it's a bit taller than what it needs to be, with almost 2 millimeters. But by not using this, I'm already gaining 1 millimeter, and I will just not tighten the screws that much. And normally this, being round, has a good surface. Again, don't tighten the screws to damage it. I will keep that in mind. So there's that. You might think I could have lowered it somehow in here. Yes, but it wouldn't make a good contact for dissipating heat. So yeah, win some, lose some. Let's put this all around. Wires soldered. In theory, if I plug this in and power it on, we should have light. Ta-na-na-na. Decent amount of light, so hopefully it will be good. Let's start assembling stuff and unplug it obviously before. So now I'm just putting all of that back. The reflector, the white one, then the diffuser, and then the top covers. Put this in here, but I need it to grind off all around, and this is extremely brittle, probably from heating up. I'm not even sure about these beads. They might be glass. They really shine when you go at them with a grinder, and they fall all over the place. I'm going to break one of them to see if it's glass or not. It would be stupid if it would be glass, hopefully not, some plastic I hope. And now yeah, put on top of the edge of the LED strip, put a bit of insulation. And now let's put this in here. We have a missing piece. I would like to show it to you right there, because it was so brittle, but luckily it's covered, so no issues. Now let's put everything back together, and I hope this lasts at least half a year after the work that I put in it, because it was really annoying. And this is one use only, so shame on you, Brilo, Briloner, whoever made this thing, shame on you. Lots of money, and it's self-destructing in a year. Just wanted to mention, all of that are actually tiny diamond-shaped glass beads, because I couldn't melt one with a lighter. So yeah, 99% glass. So a lot of attention to detail, a really beautiful product, let down by the fact that the LEDs are overdriven and they are cooking themselves to that. That sucks. And it's fixed, but man, I hope it doesn't break again, because the only thing that's keeping this on the ceiling is my stubbornness and eagerness to fix everything. But I paid almost as much to buy stuff to fix it as I paid on it initially. So this, again, Brilo, Briloner, whoever you are, shame on you for making such a weak product. It's beautiful, but it's extremely weak. Let's turn off the light. Look at it. It's really, really, really beautiful. But the LEDs are cooking themselves, literally. I will turn again the light. At least it's working. Hopefully for a long while, because next it would go in the bin, and all that I could save from here would be the power supply. That's a good brand. And yeah, that's about it for this video. Again, a product that lasts way less than it should last, and basically turns into e-waste quite quickly. Hope this video helps somebody out there, and see you in the next one. Bye.